a sneaky little bid for Ivan Toney at the end of the transfer window? We got reports on that and what's happening there. Facundo Pellistri definitely heading out of the door for Fabrizio Romano and many others with updates on that as well. A tiny little update on Victor Lindelof's situation as well for you guys to get into in the live chat. Get your comments in there now. We have got your afternoon, evening update, the Sunday evening show, the one you all love. Get your comments in. We are fully interactive, guys. I want to bring as many comments in as I can into this video, guys. So please do get them in. Give the video a like. I want 1,000 likes on this video. Let's manifest some good vibes going on that United are going to make a couple of signings by bringing the likes into the video. Please as well, guys. Only half of you that are watching, I know this for certain because YouTube tell me, are not subscribed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and you won't miss anything. We have just covered the Chelsea and City game. City have won 2-0. So let's cheer ourselves up with some Manchester United transfer news then, shall we? What is going on with Ivan Toney? I think we'll start with that one because it's the biggest story. We've got plenty to talk about for Facundo Pellistri. There's loads going on there. It does look like the end of the line for our little Uruguayan maestro on the right-hand side. I've said it all along. I'd rather have Pellistri there than Jadon Sancho myself. But you guys tell me. Get into the chat. Let me know what you think regarding Pellistri. Has he been unfortunate? Please get them likes in. There's plenty in the room already. Give me your thoughts. Let's get into what's actually going on right now. I have noticed a couple of you have been looking up the Sky Germany and Florian Plettenberg quotes from what's going on with Ivan Toney. Yes, it is true. Manchester United right now. And the news has only come about because Thomas Frank, in the game earlier on today between Brentford and Crystal Palace, was quizzed regarding Ivan Toney's exclusion from the matchday squad. His words were, there's a lot going on with Ivan Toney at the moment, so we are taking him out of the squad. He is not available for selection. This has happened with nearly everyone who's been linked with anyone over the last couple of weeks while the seasons have been kicking off and starting. Obviously, we've seen it with United targets like Zander Berger and Agate. Whether or not Ivan Toney is a United target, I couldn't tell you right now because according to Sky Germany, there is nothing in the way of a bid coming soon or in Manchester United's plans to take Ivan Toney. But right at the end, he did say, Florian Plettenberg, that United may come in on deadline day. They are going to wait it out and see what the situation is. And again, it comes down to what we were talking about earlier on today in the previous two streams, where we said, you know what, regarding Agate, is it a risk going right down to the wire? Look, clubs think that they can get better deals on deadline day. They feel like everyone gets a bit desperate, and if they're confident enough to go in, and they're confident enough in the position that they're actually in, and I say this about United because obviously we haven't got a midfielder in yet and we need one. Are we confident enough going into that last day with Agate and getting that deal done? Can United get 2 mega deals done in one day in deadline day? That might be a bit of an ask. So do we expect from the words that Plettenberg's saying, if United feel confident that they can hang around for a bid for maybe for Ivan Toney, that Agate gets done before that? Because I don't think you can get them 2 massive deals done. Look, things have happened before on deadline day, and there has been plenty that has happened in terms of major deals happen all in one go. But this one seems like a little bit of a push to me. It seems like it might be a bit of a step too far for United when it comes to getting so much done so quickly. I don't feel like United could possibly get Agate and Toney done in one window, but you don't know. You don't know. Never say never in this transfer window. But one thing you can definitely say is that Ivan Toney, as it is right now, is not a Manchester United priority, but very well could be. That's the key in all of this. That's what I think Plettenberg has got everyone a little bit excited about, because deadline day could come around, and if Ivan Toney hasn't gone anywhere, and no one looks like they're really going for him, but what's happening at Brentford? Are they now getting a little bit twitchy with this deal? Like, we're going to lose Ivan Toney for nothing. We've seen what we've done today. They've beaten Crystal Palace. Is it worth actually selling Ivan Toney now? Have we got enough? Have we got targets in? I'm thinking from Brentford's side of things here with this one. Have we got enough now in this squad? Can we use the Toney money in the last few days and get a player in? Can we buy a player in knowing that Toney will definitely go if we say he's on the market for 40 million? I think 40 million brings in a host of football clubs for Ivan Toney. So let's look at it that way. Quickly to the chat, because we've had a mega super chat in from Block N2410. A belated happy birthday, mates. Have a couple of drinks on me. I love that, mate. Thank you so much. Really appreciate super chats like that. That is very generous of you, buddy. Thank you again for that one. You get into the comments, guys, and talk to me about Ivan Toney. Is it worth waiting till deadline day? Do you think United have got it in them to do something, do a deal on deadline day for Ivan Toney? I mean, honestly, I've said it all along. If the right deal is there for him, I'll take him. I just look at it and go, Ivan Toney would definitely give you goals, would give you that guarantee of goals as well. And personally, I think could help the two younger strikers who we've got in Xerxes and Højlund get even better than what they are now. I do. I think he has got that in him. I think he's got the capabilities. I think he's probably gone away with England and learnt a lot and probably taken his game. And he's not taking his game to the next level. We know what his level is and he's there now. He's not going to get any better. But what you can say is he does actually give you guaranteed hold-up play, goals, everything like that. In terms of what he did do with England, he gained a little bit of experience at the highest level, playing with better players. And you know what? He will find a lot more room when he's playing for Manchester United, I feel. Because, like I said, with Brentford, you go and mark Toney, don't you? He is your top man to be marked and take him out the game. And that's what I think he will be dealing with when it comes to Brentford week in, week out. When it comes to United, there's more targets. The full quote from Florian Plettenberg, just to read it out for you guys and where this is all at, in full says, told again that Manchester United currently not considering to sign Ivan Toney until deadline day. Until deadline day. That's the opening paragraph. No approach is planned yet. Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Xerxes should play regularly for Manchester United. The 28-year-old striker from Brentford want to watch in the next 13 days with many requests and a strong interest from the Saudi Pro League. Coach Thomas Frank told us for Sky there is interest but nothing closed yet. So the plot will thicken as time goes by at the end of this transfer window. Pretty much like Florian said there, is a case of just keep your eyes on this one because it could escalate to a whole new level. If United do come in for him, then, whoa, here we go. Like, this is going to be big. If this happens, then United move on to that next level, I think. But I really don't care about Toney until the midfield situation is sorted. Are United confident that they can raise enough cash through sales? We talked about Scott McTominay agreeing terms with Napoli earlier on today. We had a whole midday show. Thank you for tuning into that one. Loads of you did. And thank you for all the credit for actually what I said about Scott McTominay at the start of that show, in how I bigged him up in being a professional, unlike some people at Manchester United who cling on to wages forever and a day. He's one of the lowest paid players at Manchester United and he's happy to go and negotiate deals personally with other clubs in case United actually want to move him on quickly. They're showing no intention to move him on straight away, United, but there is a chance if a bid comes in, he can go. And Scott has gone out of his way to help United move along with this one. So massive credit on Scott McTominay. That's pretty much what I was saying earlier on. If he goes, then Manchester United bring in about 25 million. Christian Eriksen is a must-go as well, and there is a trend, there is a tension in Belgium for him as well. You could literally get together 30 million for Scott McTominay and Christian Eriksen. That's a lot of money for United. We're going to get on to Pellistri as well, who could add even more money to that pot. And then you've got to add Hannibal to that and what's going on there. I'll give you a little bit of update on Hannibal as well in this one because that's got a little bit up in the air right now with that and where that's actually going. And I did tell you we'll update you on Lindelof as well. But sticking to the Ivan Toney theme, I want to get your opinions on this first of all before we move on to the other topics. Get your opinions in. The question I want to ask you guys is, Toney, is he going to get in the way of Højlund and Xerxes, or is he going to help them progress? Are they going to learn from him? Or is it a case of if Toney's in, Højlund doesn't get game time and can't progress? Get your comments in on that one right now. Director of Football straight in there says, would like Toney, but I don't think it'll happen. Agree with Adam, without the priority two midfielders and a left back would be an old regime move. Glad the footballing executives don't listen to the fan/media. Don't listen to me, I want Toney, but no, like I said, we need to sort out the midfield before anything even gets considered for Toney. And it's interesting how this is going to go to deadline day. And like I said, like, Florian Plettenberg then has sort of hinted at a situation that might be developing elsewhere. And that's the way I look at things. Look into the detail of the comments and what he's actually said. And what he says is Manchester United not looking to move for Ivan Toney until deadline day. I don't think United can be concentrating on Ivan Toney and trying to get that done and get Agate done on deadline day. So does that mean that United are confident that Agate will be done before deadline day? Interesting. And it is a little something to think about. 1,500 people in the room with us right now. Wow, thank you. But only 273 likes. Guys, come on, get them up. You know that number doesn't match up to the amount of people watching. Give the video a like, guys. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button as well. A load of you have done as well today already. I love that, guys. We have gone over 55k, by the way. So thank you very much. My birthday present was the channel reaching 55k. United getting a win. And all of you guys being so generous here in the Super Chat mark over the last couple of days. Again, thank you all. Muhajid says, last season we had a striker problem where we did not score many goals. Toney is needed. Højlund is injury prone and not reliable. Where are you guys at with that comment? And that's fair, because is Højlund's injury record a concern for you? Is he one of them that you think, you know what, we need another striker in? Cuban says, we don't create for our strikers. We might do, though. Like, we were creating a few chances for Bruno and Mason Mount, who were both alternating in that false 9 role. So, if that goes to a striker, maybe we would have been 2 or 3-0 up against Fulham. I'm just putting it out there. There is a chance that might have been actually happening. Mashup says, if we sign Toney, they must be worried about Rasmus. There will be a concern. Like, we cannot rely on someone who is injured so much. Andrew Ellis says, we are the only team in the Premier League who gets dominated in central midfield every week. I don't think we were dominated by Fulham. I think it was a 50-50 game there, but still risky in the way we played. I agree with that one, mate. We need another striker, though. Xerxes gets injured, then we have nobody. We are already playing Bruno at centre forward, says Sammy Kays. Yeah, I get that. I do. That is a fair point. Like, one injury away from Xerxes, and we are sort of in a little bit of a spot again, aren't we? Højlund should not be Manchester United's main striker. He needs more experience to lean on and help him along. The same goes for Xerxes. Anonymous says, no need Toney. Getting old, and his goal mostly from penalties. Not that good last season. It was banned all last season and still ended up scoring more goals than bleeding Rashford last season. So, yeah, I think he did do all right considering last season. But the baggage that he brings, if people want to call it that baggage, I do not know. But that's up for you guys to decide. Happy birthday, mates. I'd love if we could sign Toney. Would be like my birthday as well, says Alien8. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. Legend again. Anyone who has super chatted over the weekend, thank you. All great. Creeping up to 400 likes. How many are we going to get today, guys? How many on the stream? I think at least 700 live likes. That is the target. It has to be the target. Come on, get to it, guys. Rajat, who has just renewed his membership. He's been a member for 7 months. Legend. Get 2 central midfielders and prop left back. Don't want to watch Rashi as a striker again. So does that mean that you want Toney, Rajat? Is that a good move for us? I understand the priorities of the midfielders and the left back that you're talking about. But talking about Toney right now, do you feel like we need to bring Ivan Toney in? Do we need another striker? Is Toney the right type of striker, guys? That's another question you've got to bring into this as well. Højlund is a very good player. The kid, Ferguson from Brighton, is a good shout. I don't want another young striker. I think if we are going to bring a striker in, I'd prefer the older striker, a more experienced one. I get Ferguson. I think he's a great player. Again, another one who's had bad injury issues. Højlund is a big unit and quick with a back issue. He needs to be looked after, says Graham. Agreed. Looking after him probably means bringing in extra cover so we can rest him. David Gonza. Before he goes, Lindelof, Shaw, Sancho, Rashford, Ericsson and Anthony should go first. Agree on all of them players. I do. What else have we got in here now? Osman says, if we get Toney and the CDM, that's a crazy window with what we got. No, 100%. That would take this window to a 10 out of 10 instantly, I feel. I think what work we've done in, if we get the midfield, that is, and the defence, and then we get another striker as well as Xerxes on top of that, then you're talking big kahunas then, aren't you? Manchester United should really be pushing for top 4 with ease, maybe even a little bit more. If we're not going to get Victor Osimhen, mate, I'm afraid that is well out of our territory. Tony would give us unreal depth, but he will turn 30 soon and will be hard to get rid of if he flops. I get that, but I think the quality speaks for itself with Tony, and I do think that I think we're comfortable in bringing Tony in. I do, because I think we'll be comfortable in getting rid of him as well. I think United will end up giving him a 3-year contract if he comes in, something like that. I think that's what it'll be around. I think you'd have to accept that you're buying Tony as a one-off. You're not going to get anything back for him. And you may get something back for him. You may get 10 million when he turns 32, 33 and you want to get gone. And someone might buy him then. But really, I think just accepting that Tony is going to be that player that helps you get to the Champions League. I don't think there's any sell-on value in Ivan Toney because of his age, and I get that point. We do have a poll running, guys, as well. How many more signings will United make? Creeping up to 1,000 votes in that, and the majority from the options of 1, 2, 3 or 4 is 48% of you going with 2 more signings. That's what we're looking at right now. We're close to 500 likes. Our target of 700 live and over 1,000 for the whole video is definitely doable, guys. Well over 1,600 in the room with us. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Let's get some more comments on Tony before we move on. Tony would give us unreal depth. I said that one before. We have a super chat in, a couple of super chats in, actually. I'll go through them now. From Ricky Murray, who says, Tony has the confidence and the arrogance to step up. You need that to be a United striker. Plus 2 central midfielders and the left back, and we get top 4. Oh, God. Not asking for much, Ricky, in the last 13 days. Stephen Ireland says, with a super chat, thank you. Tony allows a 3-5-2 option. That's interesting. 3 centre-backs. Could you have Martinez, Yoro and De Ligt eventually when everyone's available, with flying wing-backs? And 2 centre-forwards. A target man of Tony, Rasmus, to play off him, or even a Joshua Xerxes to play off him. That does give you the option to adapt. Like, we don't know if Ten Hag has had this total brainstorm and he is going to play a new formation at some point. It was same old with 2 holding midfielders in the last game against Fulham. Hopefully we are more adaptable formation-wise going into this the rest of this season now. And we do need to be as well, I feel. 2 up front, I would love to see that day come back again. I really would. Hi Adam, loving the show. Any news on Ferdy Kadoglu? Not as far as I know from when we spoke a few days ago now. I think 3 days ago we brought the Kadoglu news up. Some other people are talking about it today, but it's exactly the same as what was happening, what we spoke about 3 days ago. Slow sports news everywhere else, guys. What can you do? Right? Hey, you want to be here for Forever United TV, bringing you the news up to date. Every little bit of news, like we did with Scott McTominay earlier on as well. Kadoglu, unfortunately, is still looking more likely, as what Fabrizio Romano said at the back end of last week, when he said that it's now contract talks on with Brighton, and if United were to come in, they'd have to move very, very quickly to make it happen. But United would have to sell players to make Kadoglu and their other priority midfield targets happen. If you want to bring Ivan Toney in, you can forget about anything for Kadoglu. Look, the story is that United, with what's happened today with Brentford and Thomas Frank talking about leaving Ivan Toney out, the story is that obviously United are not in at the moment, but will look back at Ivan Toney on deadline day if an opportunity arises. So that's where we're at with Toney. No further on with Kadoglu. There's nothing happening there extra from what we spoke about the other day. Agate, we will start to find news this week, I think, regarding him. A bit more detail, hopefully, as well, on where PSG are at. The season is on now. First games are gone. Clubs really do now need to start moving on swiftly with getting deals done and balancing books. Because let's not forget, like, this is the best opportunity now to balance your finances for the end of year, June 2025. Look, it seems silly saying that now because we're only in August and you've got 10 months to go. But what can you realistically do different to make money? The transfer window shuts, so business needs to be made right now. So with only less than 2 weeks to go in this transfer market, you will now start seeing clubs make their moves. And I feel like we are going to get movement with quite a few of Manchester United's targets in and out. Moving on to the out section, and Facundo Pellistri. The man that never got a chance. As you can see at the bottom of your screen there, Fabrizio Romano broke the news earlier on. We knew this. We've been talking about it for a while, but it now seems to be advanced. Romano says Panathinaikos are in advanced talks with Manchester United to sign Facundo Pellistri on a permanent transfer. Not finalised yet, but negotiations are ongoing and Pellistri could leave in the next days. That's a typical Romano comment, that one. Manchester United want a huge sell-on clause, about 40 to 50% on Facundo Pellistri, which is pretty standard with a lot of Manchester United's deals so far this summer, in the out column anyway, especially. An agreement in principle is in place between Panathinaikos and Pellistri on a 4-year deal. That's coming from Mike Crixley and The Athletic reporting that as well. So we can take this as definitely happening right now. Manchester United would prefer. Manchester United would favour selling Pellistri as opposed to another loan deal, holding out for a fee in the region of €10 million. So we're going to be looking, like we thought, between 8 and 10 million quid. That added to Scott, if he goes, then you're looking at what? With Lindelof going as well, if we do sell, if it's not as well, Ericsson we was talking about before, won't we? If Ericsson goes, interest from Belgium there. Scott McTominay goes, we know about Napoli. There's 30 million. Facundo Pellistri could get us upwards nearer to that 40 million mark. And really, then you are looking at, right, where do you want to go? Do you want to get 2 midfielders? Do you want to get Agate and another, maybe Zanderberger? Or do you want to get Agate in, trust in Collier, and go and get Toney? They're the options. United will wait till deadline day because they feel like they will have all of their transfer targets, all of their dealings done in selling players as well, I feel. And I think that's what United are banking on right now. Just more news on that from The Athletic, preferring. I don't think United can loan Pellistri again because he is coming to the last year of his contract. So I think that's where we're at with it. And you're not allowed to loan players out in the last year of their contract, something around that mark. I think that's the situation we're in. But talk to me about Facundo, guys. Has he been unlucky? How much do you think he's worth? What should United hold out for? Ozzy Osbourne says, we are making huge losses, aren't we? But this is all Ed Woodward's fault. We're getting what we can for the situation that Ineos were dumped in by the likes of Ed Woodward, Murto, Arnold, Judge, all of these old characters that were the old United regime, that were everything that was wrong with Manchester United. They're gone. They have left a wake of destruction behind them. And we are just sieving through it and trying to make the best of it. And so far, I feel Ineos have done that and done it well. Well over 1,700 in the room, guys. Keep sharing the video as well, guys. Let's get some more people in the room. Make sure you have subscribed and make sure you are liking the video. We're up to nearly 5,500 likes now while live. Fantastic, guys. Keep it going. Let's see. We started the game against Fulham with no strikers. That should not happen. Playing players out of position will hinder us. Balvindo, a lot of people have said that they actually prefer playing the 2 false nines. I know. It is a debate that needs to be had, and I think it will keep on going on. The debate regarding the best forward set up for Manchester United. Some people do actually prefer the double false nine that we had with an alternating Mason Mount and Bruno. But have them players got that striker's instinct? Like, Bruno has got goals in him, we know. But clean through one-on-one, you always want a striker in there, don't you? You feel more confident in a striker going through. Sancho, what's that? Is that McTominay? Sancho, McTominay, Hannibal, Pellistri and Lindo all leaving. We can afford a few players, I'm sure. Ricky, honestly, mate, I think this is where the Toney stories come from. United feel like they may have some money available to go in. Good evening to you as well, Z. Hope you're doing well. 4-2-4 can be played without a striker, though. I'm buying premium tomorrow. I'll miss one lady. What are we talking about there? Sorry. Toney would give us many different options, says Mike. City won the league without a striker, so it can be done. Yeah, but they had a pretty decent team, didn't they? With everybody knowing exact roles and what they were doing, I would say, Block. So, yeah, kind of a little bit different, I would say. A little bit different scenario, but... yeah, Facundo Pellistri, for anyone just coming in, is heading out of the exit door. It seems nailed on now that Manchester United will be selling Facundo Pellistri. It looks like it's going to be about 8 million quid. And I think that gets the deal done. I think that was the price region we were all thinking might happen. And I think that is inevitably what will now come about with Facundo. Unfortunately, because I do really feel like he wasn't given that chance and probably could have done a job for United. I keep saying it. Definitely more than Jadon Sancho would have anyway. Super chat in from Ian Wright says, what's the Kimmich situation? No idea with Kimmich at the moment, but one thing I do know is that United are definitely not in for him, as far as I know anyway. We need a decent midfield to win without any forwards. And Fernandes has always been more of a forward than a midfielder for me. Dill says, Mount's got to go. Oh, I'll give him this season, but next summer fans will be calling for his head. Not good enough. Super chat with no comment in it for Colin. Colin, I'll keep an eye out for a comment if you did want to put one in. If it was just a donation, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. 580 likes in the bag, guys. Creeping up to the 600. We want 700 well live at least, and 1,000 on this video in total, guys. So keep them comments coming in. Pellistri may be worth 8 to 15 million, but in a few years he'll be worth 60 to 70 million. We will regret it, I think. Well, Jim, in terms of regretting it, Manchester United are looking to put a 40 to 50% sell-on clause on Pellistri. Maybe we should put in a buyback clause as well in case he does turn out to be that wonder kid that we thought he was going to be. He just never impressed anyone enough, I don't think, manager and coaches-wise, to actually start for Manchester United. He's definitely better than what Anthony is, and he's definitely better for me than what Sancho is. I would definitely put him in ahead of both of them. I think he gives us more. I do. Unfortunately, Bruno fans, Bruno will have to prove he can play at cam properly, not hiding in false 9 positions, says Director of Football, not happy about Bruno. Toney will block the path for others, and I don't believe a target man is the style of play being developed. Well, Ten Hag does like that big man up on the front, doesn't he? He does like that target man, like Haller in Ajax. He likes that focal point. And I just feel like we haven't got a target man in the box. We've got no one who heads the ball. Stuart says, I want Toney 100%. Will love it if he comes. Kenny Allison with a super chat. Thank you. Adam, keep up the good work. United till I die. Love that. Thank you very much, mate. Keep them likes coming in, and please do hit the subscribe button, guys. You won't regret it. We have got you covered on all United content. Stefan Paul, Adam, playing with 2 false 9s is not suitable with E-team, or any team, sorry. Now, as it forces Bruno to play high, and we have seen in the first match, as soon as he gets lower, the game is much more better. I'm sorry, sort of like as soon as he gets lower. Yeah, sort of get what you mean by that one there, mate. But yeah, it's game changed when Bruno had to drop and we brought Xerxes on. It did, and credit people for actually picking up on that, because it did change. And some people saying it wasn't for the better. Look, it got a bit more kamikaze. Can we solely put that down to Bruno coming back into midfield? I don't think we can. I don't think it's fair. But still, it makes a difference. When Bruno's up there, he stays up there, and you've got another midfielder in there covering what you would hope Bruno to do. Bruno's positional discipline when he is playing in that 10 role and needs to do a little bit more in midfield isn't as good as what I would like. I'll accept that. But still, Bruno is the one that provides. Bruno was the one that provided that bit of something on the sidelines which set up the move which brought us that goal. I don't see anyone else doing that. I don't see anyone else doing that in that United side. There's no one in midfield anyway that can match up with Bruno and what he brings to this side. No one at all. So, yeah, where we can sort of try and rein Bruno in, it's definitely good still that we have got him in the side. The MEM were reporting that, obviously, like we knew, Victor Lindelof, we're in a situation with him right now where he can open up and talk to anyone come January and make his own move away. This guy is just a pain in the ass. I don't even want to talk about him that much. You all know how I feel about Lindelof. He's just one of them players that just sticks around and has been sticking around for too long. And where he is in the team, 6th choice as it is right now, what is the point? Like, United are trying to get rid of him, and this was the point I was making with Scott earlier on. Like, Scott is actively helping the club out in giving them an option if they want to sell by dealing with clubs and agreeing contracts. Scott has been the ultimate professional in all of this. Victor Lindelof, no. He will just take what he can. Do you know what? There's a part of me, and I don't know, but it's just probably because of my sort of like on-off, pretty much off relationship with Victor Lindelof in terms of how I feel about him. But I could just see like what his wife posted, that Victor Lindelof on a crutch, doing everything slowly these days. Yeah, don't we just bleeding know it? It's like she was doing it just to rub it in, clinging on to that last year of a contract. Like, you're the Sweden captain, mate. You should be playing football, not hanging around to United contracts. Hopefully he sees sense and ends up moving on, and it doesn't end up going sour with Victor Lindelof. But I can just see how it's going again. He is one of them players that will just hang around forever and a bleeding day and just take what he can from Manchester United because he feels hard done to. Pete in the chat says, Adam, what about the player named Lookman from Atalanta? He's been a journeyman. He's been around everywhere, mate. Had a great AFCON. Had a really good final. But Alabama Lookman, I think his name is, has definitely turned of age and has definitely turned into a player. But I don't know if he would cut it in the Premier League, is my honest answer. He has been there before with Everton, so yeah, not too sure. We need to have a channel party whenever Lindelof does go, whether this window or in the future. Look, he's gone by this time next year. That's one thing for certain. Worst case scenario, we've got one more year to deal with Victor Lindelof, and then that is it. But he's going to take his sweet-ass time about moving, isn't he? Okay, guys, just to update you on everything halfway through, just to let you know that Manchester United, according to Sky, are not in for Ivan Toney, but will be in if the opportunity arises on deadline day. They are not calling it dead. United are trying to move players out and trying to get enough money in case they want to go for someone on deadline day. If the right opportunity comes around, they will go for it. That's the story coming from Sky and Florian Plettenberg. Manchester United, according to Fabrizio Romano, are deep in advanced talks for Facundo Pellistri to leave the club with Panathinaikos of Greece. A pre-contract agreement is in place. A verbal agreement is in place with Facundo Pellistri and Panathinaikos for a 4-year deal with them. United are looking to insert a hefty sell-on clause again, upwards of 40%. Pretty similar to the Mason Greenwood situation. By the way, Mason hit a brace, so his value is going up. Have United and Ineos played a smart move with Mason Greenwood? If he smashes it in League 1 and big clubs come calling for him, I'm talking the Spanish giants, maybe even the German, with Mason Greenwood, then United could be in for a little bit of change from that as well. And that 27 million we got for him could go a little bit higher. So, yeah, clever work from United. And Mason Greenwood getting off to a flying start in League 1 is only good for Manchester United. It's only good for our pockets anyway. Adebola Lookman. Yes, that was the one, Graham. You know where I'm at with that one. Please keep liking the video, guys. We're almost at our mark of 700 live likes. You're absolutely killing it, guys. Keep them coming in. Keep your comments coming in as well. Belvinder says Xerxes will become #1 striker as he will get numerous assists due to his style of play. Look, he can look after himself. Lookman was at Fulham and Leicester too. He was journeyman. Bit of a journeyman, he would say. We have a buyback as well. Yes, we do, Leo. What else have we got in the chat here? Keep your comments coming in. Let's see what the poll says right now. We have over 1,600 votes in the poll. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. How many more signings will United make? 1, 2, 3 or 4? 49% of you have gone with 2, which is leading the way, closely followed by 3. So, not even 1. Like, it's a toss-up of a third place between 1 and 4 right now, with 10 and 13% of the vote. Everyone is confident that United now with Ineos are going to do some serious business still. Jason says, Jadon Sancho will be top in assists for the season. Where, I don't know where he goes, Jason. Maybe. Ligue 1, he could definitely hit it off there and go, but doesn't look like it. He won't get it for United anyway. Lindelof should move only for the sake of getting time, game time. He is sticking to his salary, and this will make lost captaincy of Sweden. I don't understand this mentality. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Well, let's see if he does move, first of all. I think we can lay into Lindelof as a group if he does stay, because that will be ridiculous for him, because he isn't going to get game time at United. So let's just see what happens with Lindelof from now until the end of the window, and then we'll judge him then. I can judge him on my own because I've never liked him. I just don't rate Lindelof. It's as simple as that. Tony will bring competition to our front line. We need proven Premier League strikers. 30 million will be bargain for our young strikers. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get him for 30 million, though. I think that's completely out of the equation. But yeah, when you look at the interest in Christian Eriksen, Scott McTominay going, here's a question for you guys. Another striker, but if we sell the players we're looking to sell, striker and midfielder, 2 midfielders. Which way would you go? What would you prefer? Sancho is behind Rashford, Ahmad, Garnacho and Xerxes, and Mount can play there, says Leo. Tony and Agate, incoming signing, says KB. Lindelof is better footballer than Maguire. I disagree. And given our injury record, he'll probably get game time even if he was 10th choice. He's got a worse injury record than bleeding anyone else right now. So I disagree with that. Double time, Dakare. Sorry, mate. Subscribe if you stop saying guys all the time. Sorry, mate. Can't help it. It's just embedded. You try and say something that you don't realise you say a lot when you're talking live on air. And then I'll subscribe to yours as well, Stuart. Thanks for the comment as well, though, mate. It's impossible. Like to soothe Adam's throat, says Stu. Yeah, that's more of an important one, I would say. I definitely need to get something for my throat after this one. 4 live streams today is definitely taking its toll after what was a mental weekend. I'll sleep well tonight, though. I'll say that. He will be playing Thursday, Sunday, while Europa is on. Need bodies. We will be playing, sorry, Neil. True, we do need to have a good rotation of our team to get through all the competitions. Look, Ten Hag wants to win trophies. We need a big, big squad. It's as simple as that. And I still don't think we've got a big enough squad right now to handle what we've got coming up in the Premier League and Europa League. And like Ten Hag says, going all out for the FA Cup and the League Cup as well. We have got a decent squad right now, but I don't think it's enough to rotate to the need of what them competitions demand anyway. Kaz, are we winning against Brighton? I hope so, but I don't know. Brighton's going to be a tough one. Build up to that game all week on the channel, guys. Bit of a nervous one for that, definitely. I'm sure lots of clubs would want Eriksen. For me, it's if Eriksen would want to leave. Of course he doesn't want to leave. He's on 150k a week. But if he wants game time, he has to leave. I don't know if he values his career with Denmark right now, with him being the age that he is. I don't know. Really, does he? I can't say if he does or he doesn't. Honestly, I feel like his international career is probably coming to an end as well. Or 150k for one more season. I'll go and find somewhere else on another 2 or 3 year deal, which will see you through to retirement. I know which way I'd go. I'd want the guarantee of the next 3 years, to be honest, on a new deal, personally. But I know it's not up to me, it's up to Christian, isn't it? Exactly, Adam. We need to get everyone fit. Fitness is key. Full squad, we can compete with anyone, says Colin. You got Ross says, saw it go up after you said that. Brighton were impressed against Everton. It was. Let's just check through all of the news to see if there's anything else to update you guys on. I'm keeping a track of everything live as we go forward, guys, as well. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button. You won't miss out on anything. Yeah, it is all the same as what we started out with, really. And that was Ivan Toney. Could possibly be a target for United. It was all brought up because of what Thomas Frank said. Let's not forget that. Thomas Frank talking before and after the Brentford game and the win against Crystal Palace, and clearly shows that there is something going on with Toney. There's a lot of people interested in him, but there's nothing anywhere near. United just hovering around, waiting for something to happen, just in case, and that's where it stands. It does. We did do a competition yesterday with me doing a live stream of the Chelsea and City game. I've not had a chance to actually get round to organising the winner of the competition from yesterday. It still stands, and what I will do, I will announce the winner on the evening show tomorrow night before the Spurs game. I'm not doing the Spurs game on a watch along, but I'll do it before that on the evening show tomorrow, guys. Sorry about the delay. It's just a mad one today, but we will announce the winner of the competition, the birthday competition from yesterday, on tomorrow evening's show. So make sure that you tuned in for that one if you did leave a comment on that video yesterday evening. So that's where we're at with that, and that is pretty much where we're at with Manchester United news right now, guys. We are all finished. DJ John has gifted a membership. That's gone to Dill5. Welcome to the members club, Dill, my man. And John, thank you very much for that donation, that kind donation. Your super chats have been amazing, guys. Thank you throughout the weekend for all of your birthday wishes, all of your kind donations, super chats, members being gifted, everything like that. Even the DMs and messages that you guys have sent out to me throughout the weekend has been amazing. Thank you so much for your support as always. But that is the end, and that is your update of this show. Sunday evening is finished. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been a long old day. City got the win earlier on. Hopefully you guys will tune in to the next watch along on Tifo, which is Brighton this weekend. It's going to be a stressful one, I think. That's how I'll describe it. Brighton away is always a stressful one. But I'll be doing the watch along for that, so I'll give you more information on it again throughout the week to keep you updated. Into the last 13 days of the transfer window, I'll keep you up to date with everything going on. Please, everyone, do give the video a like on your way out. Make sure you have that subscribe button. Plenty of you have, again, well over another 100 subscribers today. Thank you, everyone, again. And we move on. What will this week bring? The first Premier League weekend of the season is over. We've got Spurs tomorrow, yes, but let's officially call it over because it is. And we move forward, looking ahead to next weekend against Brighton. But for now, guys, that is us all finished. I just want to say again, mods, fantastic. Thank you for the day and the work and everything you put in. Everyone who has liked the video, all super chats throughout the day, all of the new members throughout the day as well. Absolute legends, a lot of you guys. I love you all. And yeah, let's move forward and see what this week brings. I've got you covered. Make sure you like the video, share it and subscribe. And I will see you all bright and early tomorrow with the update show. 8 o'clock in the morning, guys. Your Monday 8 o'clock show. Ready to go. Be ready. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you then.